we have to model what it is that we want. We want to be more patient with the person, and we want them to be more patient with us. Sometimes it feels like the person in our life has no patience for us. Like they're very critical of what we do. And, my question is, are you reflecting something that's making them respond that way? Hey peeps, I'm Rick Roberts, and this is RickRobertsLife The Podcast, where we talk about my faith, my thoughts, my life. And today is Motivation Monday, and I want to talk to you about patience. You see, we have been with this person for such a long time, and this person is starting to work on our patience. We feel like, if I hear you say that one more time, if you do that thing one more time, I am going to go berserk. And so what I want to say to you is, patience is so important. The biggest thing I see that irritates couples, even my relationship as well, is repeating ourselves. When it comes to having to say it again, saying something twice for some reason drives couples crazy. And once again, I have you here listening. I'd love to have both of you guys. If I have both of you here listening, fantastic. But I most likely just have you. And so since I have just you here listening, this is going to rest heavily on you. You have to be patient. You see, for some reason, when we get past the dating stage, when we get to that deeper commitment, we feel that the person should just know. And since we believe the person should just know, we get very upset when it feels like they're not doing what we expect them to do, or when they just don't seem to be catching it so quickly, or when it seems like they're preoccupied with something else, or when it feels like that they're putting something else in front of us and we have to wait. It makes us feel very, unappreciated. It makes us feel very upset because it feels like they don't value us and our time. And so since we have to repeat ourselves again, since they're not putting us first, since they're not taking us seriously, we get very upset and our patience get very short. And before you know, you're starting to get, very irritable. You're getting very clipped in your sentences. You get very sharp in how you are to the person. And this creates an undercurrent of friction. And as this friction builds up, you find that you start to bicker again. You find that you start to argue over things that just don't matter. And you find that you want to spend more and more time apart. And so how do you become more patient? One of the ways that you become more patient is that you realize that, yes, you'd like to be doing something else, but you're working on trying to put your relationship in a good place. And so you have to make room for your partner. I know this is something where it's easier said than done, but you have to make room for your partner. Otherwise, you will not be able to have the patience to be able to get to a good, healthy place. And as you make room, as you become the example of what it is that you're looking for in a relationship, hopefully this person will see that you're displaying something that is worth replicating. Sometimes you get what you give. You see what I'm saying? If you are cranky, the person's going to respond back to you cranky. If you are polite, then the person has a better chance of responding back to you politely. If you smile, people tend to reflect the smile. But if you have a grumpy, mean face, even when you're smiling, even when that person's smiling, their face starts to drop a bit because they're wondering what your problem is, what's going on with you. And so we have to model what it is that we want. We want to be more patient with the person, and we want them to be more patient with us. Sometimes it feels like the person in our life has no patience for us. Like they're very critical of what we do. And, my question is, are you reflecting something that's making them respond that way? Now, I get it. Sometimes in life, we are victims. The person didn't get enough sleep, they're hungry, they have stress, the kids might be on their nerves. when they get pressure, we do become the punching bag. Vice versa. When we get stressed out, when we get this pressure, they become the punching bag. We have to find a healthier way of dealing with our stress and dealing with the pressure so that we do not take this weight and put it on the next person. You see, God said that we're supposed to give this weight to Him so that we don't give it to the person next to us. Why do we give it to the person next to us? They're human too. They cannot carry this load. And so what I'm saying to you is when you get this pressure, when you feel frustration, crankiness, tiredness, when you feel hungry, when you feel like the bills, the stress of the kids, the stress of life is weighing on you, do not react negatively to your partner. Give this weight to God. And ask God for patience. Ask God for peace in your heart. So that way when your partner is driving you nuts, you can breathe and allow yourself to get to a place where you can be patient. When you can demonstrate the thing that you want to have modeled back to you. You want to get the relationship to a healthy place. Even if you are in a good place right now, you want to continue to have good maintenance of your relationship so that way it doesn't get to a bad place. And so this is really important. Patience is so vital to your relationship. And as you get to the danger side of your relationship where it starts to fall apart, it's because you have less patience. So on top of exercising your right to remain silent, I want you to practice patience. Now, if you really want to kickstart reviving your relationship, I want to recommend the Love Dare. Now, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not getting any money by them. I read through the book. I watched the movie. And it is a very good movie. It's a very good book to help you to put yourself in a good mindset to fight for your relationship. To go out there and do what you need to do so that way you can put forth love when it feels like there's just nothing but friction. The Love Dare is a fantastic book. I'm getting quite a few of my tips that I'm sharing with you from the Love Dare. And they have very good points. They have really good hard-hitting content. So I'd love to encourage you to go ahead and look through that book, read the book, and see if it helps you, really kickstart saving your relationship. I'm Rick Roberts, and you stay classy. Bye.